Hello everyone, it's Shane Conto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Library Policeman by Stephen King out of his collection of novella 4 Past Midnight. And right off the bat, I think The Library Policeman was so far, my least favorite of the 3 novella that I've read out of this. But to say that isn't saying anywhere near that this is a bad story, because it's Stephen King and he writes amazing stories. And there's a lot about this particular story that I enjoyed. You have this man who's coming in to do this speech and goes to the local library and connects with this woman there who warns him about, make sure that you bring your books back or deal with the library policeman. And things get dark and twisted from there, and of course they do, because it is indeed a Stephen King novella. And this particular story has some interesting entities that add to that chilling and eeriness of the story, and I think those elements really work well for it. You have this character at the center who we connect with, we spend time with, we understand where he's coming from, and we get this deep emotional connection because this story leverages an experience that he had as a child in a library, and that childhood trauma lays bedrock here for an impactful and emotional story. And what I appreciate most about this particular story is that trauma that it brings into it, that adds this sense of connection that we have for our main character. It adds layers to his experiences, and then how it reinforces his interactions now with these entities that he has to confront in this library. And this story, obviously these are all novella. This one's the longest, I think, at 200 pages. But it's something that draws you in. It's creepy. It's eerie. I don't know if it quite reaches the same heights, like I said, of some of his other stories in terms of that emotion and that fear. But it's a well-constructed story. It has some interesting characters. It has that fear and those emotions, and then it brings in those themes about childhood trauma that kind of lay depth upon the story that we're reading. And in the end, this is an impactful and creepy story from Stephen King, the master of those kinds of stories, and it works, and it's effective, and it's an enjoyable read. So give it a try. But those are my thoughts on The Library Policeman. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some books. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.